All right, it's time for another chapter, and this time we're going to talk about the integumentary system. What is the integumentary system? Well, it's your skin. It's the cutaneous membrane or cutaneous layer, that's another word for it. It's the skin and all the things that are integrated or integral to the skin and made by the skin, such as hair and nails, and things like sweat glands and oil glands that are part of the skin. So the main job of the integumentary system is to physically protect the inside of your body from the outside world. Protects it from trauma, protects it from microbes and viruses and all the bacteria and funguses and all kinds of things like that. It changes color in response to the environment, not only tanning and burning as an indication that you have had too much sun exposure or UV light exposure, but also blushing and things like that to show that our emotions show on our skin. It also helps to warm and cool the body. This is a mechanism we're not going to talk too much about in this class. You're going to talk a lot more about it in physiology. But your skin provides a large surface area through which you lose heat. And so the blood vessels in your skin can dilate or constrict in response to the external environment and internal body temperatures to either lose more heat to the environment or restrict the amount of heat lost to the environment. It also prevents water loss, and the skin itself is almost entirely waterproof. Not completely, but mostly waterproof. Imagine if it wasn't. If you went in the pool, you would swell up like a sponge. And the skin makes vitamin D in response to sun's exposure, and vitamin D is necessary for your bones to grow properly. So that's a very important mechanism. So suntan or sunburn tells you that you got too much sun, but if you don't get enough sun, then you don't get, your skin won't make vitamin D and your bones won't grow correctly. And finally, your integumentary system has a really important role in sensing the environment. So there are going to be lots and lots of sensory receptors within the skin to sense the temperature, sense pressure from things around you, sense movement, wind, all of those kinds of things. That's what your skin does. Now, the skin is made up of several layers. So here's a diagram showing the layers of the skin. The top layer is called the epidermis. Epi, you remember, means on or on top. So the epidermis sits cleverly on top of the dermis. The epidermis, this top layer, is dead cells and then living cells under that. And then the dermis is primarily dense, irregular connective tissue. And that's where the hairs grow. That's where the glands are, the nervous receptors, capillaries for the bloodstream. All of those things are in this dermal layer. And then under that, the subcutaneous layer provides a layer of padding between the skin and deeper tissues. So the integument, or the cutaneous layer, covers the epidermis and the dermis, and then the subcutaneous layer is the one under that. It's not technically part of the integumentary system. It's just a layer between the integumentary system and other things. So we are going to cover it here. So as we work through this, we're going to start off learning the layers of the epidermis. Then we're going to learn everything that's in the dermis, including hair and glands. And we'll answer some questions like, why are tattoos permanent? And it has to do with the structure of the integumentary system.